Hey guys, this is Indian Princess and I'm here with a video after a long time. It's been, I guess, 2 weeks since I uploaded my previous video. I even made a post saying that a lot of things are going on in the game as well as my real life. So I've been busy in real life, and even in the game some things are a bit complicated. I haven't really been in a good state of mind because I'm looking forward to transfer, and that part is a bit complicated. We are working on it. If everything works out, I should be able to transfer in about 2 days from now, and I will definitely upload a video about my transfer and I'll let you know what's been going on. And just to make it very clear that me wanting to transfer has nothing to do with the state. 1026 is a lovely state with lovely people, and people have been really good to me here. I have friends here, so I'm not leaving because I have a problem with 1026. I have other reasons to transfer, and hopefully I should be able to speak more clearly soon. So coming back to today's video, this video is about SvS. We won SvS this time. The previous two SvS, our castle got invaded. That's because there were some conflicts going on in the state and a few people left last transfer, and that kind of destabilized the state momentarily. But we are back on our feet, and this time during SvS we won both prep phase as well as battle phase, and we have a supreme president now. 1026 has a good history of winning SvS continuously, and yesterday's victory was quite effortless. So let's have a look at the castle. It's occupied by our state. I will be sharing videos about the castle battle. We were able to hold the castle as well as all the 4 turrets for most of the time. The opponents were power matched, but they lacked coordination, and I will show you what was up with the battle. Let's have a quick look at the total occupation time. We held it for most of the time. They barely had 13 minutes of occupation, so they couldn't really hold the castle. And this is us invading their castle. It feels really good to have a supreme president in your state. And before I talk about the castle battle, I'm going to talk about the little game I played with KTH. KTH is the strongest whale of 1026, and I invited him to the one-hit burn challenge. It is one of my favorite challenge for whales. And KTH is not only strong, he's an amazing person. He's a great friend. So I decided to challenge him and see if he can burn me with one single hit with no buffs. Let's have a look at his profile. He's all over the leaderboard. He is the strongest whale of 1026, and a quick look at his power, almost 790 m, and he's quite the killer too. So when I invited KTH for this challenge, he accepted it, but he is a sweetheart. So he said, let's do it during SvS battle phase, like the moment the portal opens. So there is a small chance that it will be slightly easier for me to recover the troops in case I burn. Because if I do burn in this challenge, I will take a massive loss of 35%. So this is me at my usual spot with this lovely fishing skin that I won in the last fishing event. And let's have a look at KTH. His spot is by Bear Trap 1. That is where most of the whales are. So that's him. And if you look at his profile, he's being humble, but he is everything maxed out. His chief gear and charms are maxed out, but he's hidden his gear right now. So he's gonna send me his best march without any buffs, and let's see if I can fight it off or whether I burn in a single hit. In the meanwhile, let's go back to my city and have a quick look at the troops that I have currently. My power is 199M, say roughly around 200M, and I have a reinforcement by Slayer. Slayer keeps me reinforced all the time because he cares about me, but I might want to send this rain back when I do this challenge with KTH. Because that's the right thing to do, because it's me challenging KTH, it's not me and Slayer challenging KTH, so it's not right for Slayer to get hurt in this. And if you look at my troops, I've got quite a few T5s over here, and I might want to get rid of those. I try to avoid keeping low-level troops in my city because they fill the infirmary, and I don't want my T10s dying because my T5s filled up the infirmary. So I'm just gonna speed up the batch that's training currently, and I'm gonna promote these T5s so I don't lose T10s for T5s. I'm gonna do this for all three troop types, and I'm set for the challenge. I've ensured an empty infirmary. Now, if you're wondering why I do such crazy things, why I challenge whales to try and burn me with a single hit, well, I do this to test my own strength. I want to know what I can handle and what I cannot. So on battlefield, when I see a march incoming towards me, 2 seconds is all it takes for me to look at the stats and decide whether I can handle this hit or not. I think I can handle it. I just take the hit and enjoy the free kills. If I decide that I cannot handle this, I either shield or move from that spot. Now, if you think that just any whale can burn me with one hit, you are clearly mistaken. I make videos about successful completion of one-hit burn challenge. But there are many whales who try and fail and lose troops on me. Quite a few are even afraid to try. Not because they are afraid of losing troops, because it gets kind of embarrassing, I guess, to fail to burn me in one hit. This is exactly why I don't mention those who fail. My purpose of doing this challenge is to test my own strength and not to humiliate any whale. So, KTH is ready to hit me, and he just reminded me that Slayer is in my city and I need to send him back. Okay, Slayer is out of my city and it is time for me to drop my shield. So let me scout KTH so my shield drops. KTH and I are in the same alliance. He's my R5. But I requested him to drop tags so I would have some alliance tag bonuses and territory bonuses because he's so strong. I need at least some bonuses to work in my favor because either of us are not buffed at this point. If you look at the UTC clock, it is just past 10 UTC. We are currently in the battle phase of SvS and the cross-state portal is now open. And here comes the meteor. Let's look at the stats. Oh no. These are really strong stats, and I don't think I can hold against these stats even with full troops, and there's a high chance that I'm going to burn, and I'm burning, and as expected there are a great number of losses. My infirmary filled with a single hit, and those troops that couldn't fit into the infirmary died. I love the feel of such immense power, and he's got the glove skin. He's being sneaky. This is the first time KTH has equipped the glove skin. Oh, that's why there are fireworks on him. We're all happy. He's our strongest whale, and now he has the glove skin. And let me emote. It's so lovely to watch that skin and feel that kind of power. Let's have a quick look at the report. I'm not gonna go much into detail because you've already seen what happened. This was a defensive defeat. I had 1.2 million troops in my city. And the total number of losses plus injured is 35% of the total number of troops I had in my city. That part is always constant. My infirmary capacity is 258k, so any troops that could not fit into the infirmary died. KTH deployed 176k, out of which he lost 46k Helios troops, so that's why I said this is not an easy challenge. It's not like just any whale can burn me. Any whale who attempts this challenge takes significant losses, and attacker losses do not get enlisted. Those are permanent losses. Now let's look at the gear. KTH is everything maxed. My gear is quite weak in comparison to him. He is literally everything maxed. Chief gear, chief charms, hero gear, everything is at the highest possible level. Let's look at troops. I have FC5 T10s and KTH has FC8 T11s. And the formation is a proper attack formation. It is a proper 50-20-30 formation, while the troops ratio in my city is rather messed up. And if we look at the stats, these are his stats without buffs, and they're quite good. And as promised, there are no bonuses active. And I had a few defender and territory buffs because I wanted to retain the territory and the lands buffs because KTH is just so much stronger than me. I wanted a slight bonuses to support me in this challenge. And I'm going to quickly show you the report with Al-Mutamarid. I have a detailed video explaining this report. This was the very first one-hit burn challenge. This was back in state 1126. You can see I had a lesser number of troops back then. This is a report from January. So lesser number of troops, lesser number of losses. Greater troops, greater losses. This is why I feel that training too many troops without having the stats to back them up is of no good. You're just giving those many more kills to the attackers by just training troops. And I have discussed this report previously pretty much in detail. This is a report from January, so Al-Mutamarid had gear and charms maxed back then. The hero gear were not maxed, but I guess by now he would have them all maxed out. And my hero gear is also slightly better than what it was previously. And my stats are better than what they were, and this current challenge is just one hit burn challenge 2.0. It is at a higher level of development. This was the older report just for comparison. And let me quickly show you what's up with the enlistments. I had a total of 160k losses, out of which 97k are enlisted. So it means roughly I lost around 60k troops permanently in this hit. I don't know how many of those I'm gonna recover through the troop revival since this is the battle phase of SvS, but let's see. And then right after this challenge, we began our expedition to the opponent state. KTH was there already, and I like to teleport somewhere around him because that's just safer for me. So you know the drill. Scout first, then attack after assessing. So there were not really many cities to burn in this state. Most of them were shielded. But whatever few cities I could find, I attacked them, I burned them. KTH is quite aggressive in the battle phase, before the castle battle especially. So he likes to go to the opponent's state and burn everything he can find. Plus, I was really struggling here with a full hospital. And the city I attacked and faced a defeat. I lost around 63k troops. My mind wasn't really functioning optimally because of the full hospital. It's just like I need to know how many troops I have in my city before I can deploy. So what I decided to do is I decided to just sit quietly and join rallies of KTH. He was burning cities, their higher furnaces he was rallying, so I just decided to sit back, relax and just send troops to his rally. And in the meanwhile scout if I can find some easy targets, but there weren't really any easy targets. So the best thing to do was just to join KTH's rally and heal whatever I can in the meanwhile. My rank wasn't really that good this time in battle phase like every other time because KTH is sending me a reinforcement. That is so sweet. It makes me feel safer, definitely. And now that I'm reinforced, I can relax all the more. And continue sending Jesse lead formation in the rally. And this particular rally, I don't really have a recording of it actually hitting the city, but I'm gonna quickly show you the report. This is an interesting report of KTH rallying one of their wheels, and you can look at the carnage. They had almost 5 million troops in their city, and KTH had a full rally and they lost so many troops. This is how KTH functions. He likes to completely destroy the enemy. Just go and burn everything so they don't have any troops to left with to fight the castle battle. He does this before the battle always. There were a lot of such reports with our opponents losing a lot of troops before the castle battle. And that made the battle easier for us because they were significantly weakened. When the battle did begin, we held the castle very comfortably and all the 4 turrets as well. And this is my city near one of the turrets. Apparently, I was intruding a little bit on their side of the castle, and there was someone telling me to move, but I didn't care. And look at this guy, Shin. He's one of our whales. He's just sitting there right in between all those people. He doesn't care at all. Because we know that we're stronger and we can literally do what we want, and all we're doing is just taking up a spot of our choice. Shouldn't really be a problem. We are not doing red zone hits like my other state did. I'll tell you about that too. Now have a look at these rallies. Double rallies, triple rallies. They couldn't really even put a dent on us. Comfortably, we held the castle. Major problem with our opponents was their coordination. Now, if you look at the time difference between these rallies, they are more than 10 seconds apart. How is that supposed to work? 10 seconds is a lot of time for us to replenish the garrison, so this is not gonna work on us either. These guys really kinda need to work on their timing. They barely had 13 minutes of total occupation and we were almost about to win this, and we had all 4 turrets again. Once in a while they would take one of these turrets. There were a lot of messed up things about their strategy. They did not know how and when to turn on buffs, how to use their pet buffs. They were messed up, really. They didn't really know how to fight, and that made it easier for us. And now let me do one thing that I do every SvS. I check on my friends. So let me start with 955. 955 is defending their castle. They couldn't win prep, but it looks like they are winning the battle comfortably. They have good enough occupation time. Just need to hold for another hour and they are good to go. So let's check out my other state 1063. They were comfortably winning prep. Oh, right. They won prep and they've gone to 996. Wheatster is holding the castle and the occupation time is not impressive here. This particular battle got messed up and it got really dirty here with red zone hits and all that. I will post a separate video about what happened in 1063. Checking out 1158 and they have won their prep and gone to 1148. And they are also struggling to win. The defending state has a lead in the occupation time. 1158 needs to fight really hard. Cirrhosis is holding the castle. He's one of my good friends and I wished him all the best. And then coming towards the end of castle battle, this was quite an easy win for us. And usually after the castle battle, or at least after the 3 hours are secured, I usually go out and hunt. But this time I did not kill much. I barely got 3 million kills this SvS. I usually get about 15 to 20 million kills per SvS. But this particular state, most of the furnaces were shielded. I had literally nothing to burn. There were a few furnaces here and there without shields, but they were zeroed already. We are quite an aggressive state. So most of our players went ahead and zeroed people right before the castle, so there was nothing really left to do after the castle. So sorry, no burning video this time. But hold on, and sometime I'm going to upload another video from state 1063's SvS. Wheatster burned nearly everyone in the red zone. It is quite an exciting video, so wait for it. And if all goes well, I should be posting a transfer video in 2 days. Thanks for watching.